Hey guys, welcome to my second YouTube video. So in this video I'm going to talk about how I managed to wake up between 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning without an alarm clock. Growing up, I was actually never a morning person. I would wake up probably just before class. So depending on how long it's gonna take me to get to my classes, I would wake up 20 or 15 minutes before my classes starts. Just to get as much sleep as possible, and usually I'm like extremely sleep deprived. Fast forward till now, I'm working a 9 to 5 job, and I just really like to wake up early and start earlier than everyone else. I am a lot more focused and there are a lot less distractions, and also I'll have more time to myself. Like I can make breakfast, I can meal prep, I can just talk to my parents or whatever. So I really like this kind of lifestyle, and I also realize that if I slept around 9:30 or like between 9:30 to 11, I actually slept better and it was easier for me to fall asleep, and I just felt better the next day compared to when I was sleeping at 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is the reasons why, like the reason why I wanted this lifestyle, and also I didn't really personally enjoy the nightlife as much as other people. So yeah, I just find this a really good fit for me. I think before trying to jump into waking up early and everything, you have to really know the reasons why you want to do it, because it's probably not suitable for everyone. Some people are just more efficient in the middle of the night, and they might wake up feeling crappy the next day if they just like slept too early or they're just not as efficient. I know there are people who are just natural night owls, and that's totally fine. And this might not be the best fit for you right now. Well, so I don't think, even though it's like kind of glorified in a lot of the books that I've read about how successful people wake up early in the morning, but I don't think this is something that fits every single person. And yep, so if you actually decide that this is the right thing for you, I have a few tips on how to make this easier. So at the beginning, like of course you're gonna have to constantly use your alarm clock, and I think the most important part is just staying consistent, meaning that not just you should be waking up at the same time even during the weekends, and also going to bed at the same time during the weekends. And secondly, like don't try to sacrifice your sleep at all just for waking up early. Always make sure that you get enough sleep. So if you need 8 hours and you're planning on waking up at 6 o'clock, then definitely go to bed before 10 o'clock. Okay, so next is I'll give you some tips on how to like sleep better. And let's say you plan to sleep early at like 9 o'clock, there are certain things that will make it easier for you. So you have to definitely make sure to not drink coffee too close to bedtime. I mean, even though some people can like sleep right after they had coffee, but caffeine actually stays in your body for probably 5 to 7 hours, so that might impact your quality of sleep. So try to drink coffee in the morning, or like just don't do it in the in the late evenings. Sorry, and my throat is just kind of weird today. Secondly, don't eat massive meals before bedtime, because that will likely cause you indigestion. And also for me personally, I did that for a really long time, like eating massive meals right before bedtime and then lying down right away. That actually caused me a lot of heartburn, and then it got to like acid reflux, and that's not something you would want to get. It's not fun at all. Thirdly, don't drink alcohol close to bed. Alcohol might make you fall asleep easier, but actually it impacts your quality of sleep for that night. So for me, if I had a little bit of alcohol, I might fall asleep like faster than usual, but I would wake up in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping or during my sleep cycles. So that will make you actually more tired the next day, but you're likely to forget about it. What else? So, fourthly, don't drink too much water before bed. I don't know if you guys ever had these kind of dreams of like going to the bathroom and then just cause you actually really need to pee, and then usually for me I would just have those dreams and then I'll wake up and that will disrupt my sleep cycle also, and that will make me more tired the next day. What else? So try not to take naps too close to bedtime. That will likely make you that will likely keep you awake and you won't be able to go to bed at the same time. What else? Let's see. So exercise. Definitely do like 20 to 30 minutes of exercise every single day. That is proven to help you sleep better, but don't do it too close to bedtime. If it's highly like intense, then try to do it 5 to 6 hours before bedtime, or else you're gonna be too excited and you'll not be able to fall asleep. And then okay, so this is one point that I think that's extremely important, is that you have to have a routine for relaxation. For me, I would go out for a walk before bed, like an hour before bed, and then I'll probably do some readings. I think it's extremely important because stress these days, there's just a lot of stress in our lives, which come from work, could come from family, can come from school, and you really need to detach from those stressors in order to sleep well. You can also, I really highly recommend like reading books, but definitely don't read things that would make you frustrated, like the news, or don't use your phone to read that because it has blue light and that's gonna wake you up. Also, don't read something that's gonna make you super excited and you're just gonna stay up for the whole night. Or you can try meditation too. I personally am still trying to get into it because I'm extremely impatient, but I know that the long-term benefits is that it's supposed to make you more present, and that helps you to feel less stressed, I guess, like so you can sleep better. And the last one, which is also pretty darn important, is to make sure that you have the right environment for sleeping. Let's say, for example, your room temperature has to be actually cool because your body temperature will, your core body temperature will decrease when you're actually sleeping. Make sure that your room is kind of neat and clean. For me, if I'm sleeping in a really cramped room that's like really messy, I'll sleep worse. I don't know if that applies to everyone, but for me, that's the case. And also just make sure there's no electronics in your room. Like, just don't try to use electronics before bed. Also, just keep your room extremely dark. That's something, like a little bit of light will also impact your sleep. Yep, so I think these are pretty much the tips that I'm gonna give to that will allow you to start sleeping at the exact same time every single day. So when I say exactly the same time, I don't mean that you have to be falling asleep at 10 o'clock. You just need a range. You have to know your range. So for me, I would be able to fall asleep between 9:30 to 11. And if I pass that mark, I would be wide awake. So anytime between that, as long as you're in bed and you're relaxed, I think that's gonna be fine. And during the weekends, even though you have to try to stay committed and not sleep in too much, but if you're usually like sleep deprived during the weekdays, you could probably sleep a little bit more during the weekends. But just try to stay in that range and not get like be too extreme. Like, let's say you're gonna go sleep at like 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that will definitely mess up our effort. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you want more tips on how to sleep better and actually understand the science behind sleep, I think this is a great book. I've been reading it. I've read like a few chapters that I'm really interested in. So it's called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. And it definitely helped me understand like sleep cycles and what determines my internal clock, and how different substances impact your sleep. And yep, I would highly recommend that if you want to know more. But if you're like me, who's like extremely anxious if I can't fall asleep at the time that I plan to, just try to skip the sessions about why sleep is important, because like there are topics around like, oh, if you don't sleep enough you're gonna die early, if you don't sleep enough you're gonna get like serious diseases. I think that's just gonna increase your anxiety and it's not gonna help you at all. So try to skip those chapters if you have that kind of problem. But yeah, these are the tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.